The first light of morning crept softly over the hills, a gentle golden hue spreading across the landscape. It was a slow, deliberate awakening, chasing away the shadows of night and painting the world in the warm colors of dawn. The air was still cool, carrying the promise of a new day, a fresh start, a clean slate. The village, nestled in the valley below, began to stir, its inhabitants slowly emerging from their slumber, ready to greet the sun. The light climbed higher, touching the tallest trees with a silvery glow. Each leaf seemed to shimmer, catching the sunlight and reflecting it back in a dazzling display. The forest, once dark and mysterious, now sparkled with life, its secrets slowly being revealed by the rising sun. The birds began to sing, their melodies filling the air with a joyful chorus, celebrating the arrival of the new day. It slipped through the window of a small mud house, a humble dwelling nestled amongst the others. The sunbeam danced across the room, illuminating dust motes and casting long shadows on the walls. It was a gentle invitation, a silent call to wake and embrace the day. The house, though simple, was filled with warmth and love, a sanctuary from the world outside. Falling across Manu's sleeping face. His brow was smooth, his expression peaceful, lost in the world of dreams. The sunlight warmed his skin, a gentle nudge to awaken. He stirred slightly, a faint smile playing on his lips, as if he could already sense the beauty of the morning that awaited him. He woke slowly, his eyes fluttering open to the soft light. The world seemed to come into focus gradually, the sounds of the village slowly filtering into his consciousness. He blinked, adjusting to the brightness, and took a deep breath, filling his lungs with the fresh morning air. Stretching and listening to the quiet world outside, a symphony of nature's sounds, a gentle reminder of the life that surrounded him. He could hear the rustling of leaves, the chirping of birds, and the distant murmur of the village awakening. It was a peaceful, calming sound, a balm for the soul. The wind in the bamboo, a soft, whispering song that danced through the air. The tall, slender stalks swayed gently, their leaves rustling like secrets being shared. It was a mesmerizing sight, a reminder of the power and beauty of nature. The distant call of a cuckoo, its distinctive sound echoed through the valley, a clear, sharp note that punctuated the morning's tranquility. It was a familiar sound, a comforting presence, a symbol of the village's connection to nature. The cool air carried the scent of damp earth and jasmine, a fragrant blend that filled his senses. The jasmine flowers blooming in abundance released their sweet perfume, mingling with the earthy aroma of the soil. It was an intoxicating scent, a reminder of the beauty and abundance of the natural world. Manu stretched, yawned and sat up, pushing himself out of bed and planting his feet firmly on the cool earth floor. He felt refreshed and energized, ready to face the day ahead. He looked around his simple room, grateful for the comfort and security it provided. Savoring the peaceful start of the day, a moment of quiet contemplation before the hustle and bustle of village life began. He closed his eyes for a moment, soaking in the serenity, appreciating the simple beauty of his surroundings. He walked to the door and opened it a crack, peering out at the world beyond. He hesitated for a moment, savoring the anticipation of the day ahead, letting in the fresh, clean air, a rush of coolness that invigorated his senses. He took a deep breath, filling his lungs with the pure, unpolluted air of the countryside. The world outside was painted in soft colors, a masterpiece created by the rising sun. The landscape stretched before him, a tapestry of greens and browns, dotted with the vibrant colors of wildflowers, gray, blue, and pink, blending seamlessly in the morning sky. The clouds were tinged with the softest hues, creating a breathtaking panorama that stretched as far as the eye could see. He took a deep breath, holding it for a moment before slowly releasing it, feeling the promise of the new day, the potential for adventure and discovery that lay ahead. He knew that anything was possible, that the day was his to shape and mold. The morning was gentle, unhurried, a welcome contrast to the fast-paced world beyond the village. Time seemed to slow down, allowing him to savor each moment, to appreciate the simple things in life. Manu felt ready for whatever small adventures awaited him, whether it was exploring the nearby forest, helping his family with their chores, or simply spending time with his friends. He embraced the unknown, eager to see what the day would bring. The day was waiting, patiently anticipating his first step, his first action. It was a blank canvas, ready to be filled with his experiences, his emotions, his memories, full of simple joys only a village morning could offer. the kind of joys that money couldn't buy, the kind of joys that nourished the soul. These were the moments that made life worth living, the moments that he would cherish forever. He smiled, a genuine heartfelt smile that reflected his inner peace and contentment. It was a smile that radiated warmth and happiness, a smile that could light up the world. Grateful for the quiet beauty around him, the simple pleasures of village life, the unwavering support of his family and friends. He was surrounded by love and kindness, and he knew that he was truly blessed. The first light had awakened not just the world, but something within him as well, a sense of purpose, a feeling of connection to something larger than himself. But his spirit, igniting a spark of hope and inspiration that would guide him throughout the day. He stepped out into the morning, ready to embrace all that it had to offer, his heart filled with gratitude and joy. The first light of dawn began to creep over the horizon, painting the sky with the softest hues of pink and lavender. The village, still slumbering, was slowly awakening to the promise of a new day. Manu, a young boy with eyes full of dreams, stirred from his sleep and quietly stepped out into the cool morning air. He stepped into the courtyard, his bare feet padding softly on the ground, the cool earth grounding him, a familiar sensation that connected him to the very heart of his home. It was a feeling of belonging, of being rooted in this ancient land. He could feel the subtle energy of the earth beneath his feet, a silent hum that resonated with his own spirit. He gazed east, his eyes drawn to the point where the sky met the earth. It was a daily ritual, a silent conversation with the rising sun. As the sky shifted from gray, a gradual transformation was taking place. The darkness began to recede, giving way to a soft, ethereal light. To a canvas of orange and gold, a breathtaking spectacle unfolded before his eyes. The colors swirled and danced, creating a masterpiece that no artist could ever replicate. The sun, still hidden behind the horizon, was preparing to make its grand entrance. Its presence could be felt in the radiant glow that permeated the sky, painted the heavens with color, transforming the clouds into fiery brushstrokes across the vast expanse. Hues of crimson, saffron and rose blended seamlessly, creating a symphony of light and color. Manu pressed his hands together, his heart filled with reverence and gratitude, offering a silent greeting to the rising sun, a gesture of respect and appreciation for the life-giving energy it bestowed upon the world. It was a moment of connection, a recognition of the interconnectedness of all things. It was a moment of gratitude, a simple yet profound acknowledgement of the blessings that surrounded him. For warmth, the gentle caress of the sun's rays on his skin, chasing away the morning chill. For light, the radiant illumination that banished the darkness and revealed the beauty of the world. For life, the very essence of existence that flowed through his veins and connected him to everything around him. The banyan tree's leaves rustled in the breeze, a gentle whisper that seemed to carry secrets of the ages. Nature's own morning prayer, a symphony of rustling leaves and chirping birds that filled the air with a sense of peace and tranquility. A few leaves drifted down, twirling and dancing in the gentle breeze, and Manu watched them, feeling at peace, a sense of serenity washing over him as he observed the simple beauty of nature. The world felt simple, stripped of its complexities and reduced to its purest form, and he was a part of it, an integral piece of the intricate tapestry of life. As the sun's edge appeared, a sliver of golden light peeking over the horizon. Golden rays chased away the shadows, illuminating the village with a warm and inviting glow. The light touched his face, warming his skin and filling him with a sense of vitality, and he smiled, a genuine expression of joy and contentment. The day had begun, full of promise and possibility, and his first task awaited, fetching water from the well, a daily chore that he approached with a sense of purpose and responsibility. Manu set off, eager to walk with nature, his heart filled with the warmth of the rising sun and the promise of a new day. He knew that even the simplest tasks could be a source of joy when approached with gratitude and a connection to the natural world. Manu picked up his brass pot and started down the narrow earthen path to the well. Dewy grasses brushed his legs, leaving cool trails on his skin. He paused to admire a spider's web sparkling with dewdrops, a fleeting masterpiece. Wildflowers and butterflies lined his way, each morning revealing new wonders. The air was fresh, scented with mango blossoms and earth. Manu breathed deeply, savoring the unspoiled air. Every step was a discovery, every walk a new story. The path to the well was a familiar friend. Manu walked on, ready for the day's first adventure. The village morning was alive with sound. Birds chirped and called from every tree and rooftop, a joyful symphony. The wind rustled the leaves, a gentle constant whisper. From afar came the low moo of a cow and the rhythmic thump of wood being chopped. Human sounds blended with nature, a broom sweeping, a pot clinking. Manu's own footsteps and the swing of his brass pot joined the music. He felt part of this living song, not separate from it. The sounds brought a sense of belonging and peace. The village was waking, its song growing richer. Manu listened, feeling at home in the harmony. The world was in balance, and he was a part of it. Manu reached the well, its stone walls cool and familiar. He tied the rope to his pot and lowered it into the darkness. The splash echoed up, a promise of life below. He pulled the heavy pot up, muscles straining, the pulley groaning in rhythm. The pot emerged, brimming with clear, cool water reflecting the sky. Manu dipped his hands in, splashing his face awake. This water was a gift from the earth, and he felt grateful. He set the pot down, task complete. The well was quiet, a place of effort and reward. Manu knew he carried more than water. He carried the morning's first accomplishment. He prepared to return home, proud and content. The village's heart beat in every drop. Manu's day had truly begun. On his way home, Manu saw the village coming to life. An old woman swept her porch, nodding a silent greeting. The temple's incense smoke mingled with the morning air, prayers drifting softly. A farmer led his bullocks to the fields, their bells chiming gently. These scenes spoke of tradition, hard work, and community. Life moved with the sun, unhurried and purposeful. The air was clean, the sounds gentle, the sense of belonging strong. Manu, water pot in hand, was part of this tapestry. The village morning was simple, beautiful, and full of quiet connection. He walked on, feeling the strength of his roots. The walk home felt different now. The sun was higher, the breeze playful, tugging at Manu's shirt and hair. He gripped his pot as the wind tried to spill its contents, laughing at its mischief. The wind carried scents of wood smoke and spices, and the sounds of laughter and work. It felt like a companion sharing stories from far away. The village's orchestra grew louder, children's laughter, a blacksmith's hammer, all blending together. As Manu neared home, the familiar scent of his house welcomed him. The wind seemed to guide him, his journey complete. Manu felt content, heart full of the morning's simple beauty. Manu arrived home to find his mother tending the clay stove. The fire crackled, warming the courtyard and promising breakfast. Manu set down the water, his mother smiled, her face glowing in the firelight. She poured water for tea and began kneading dough for rotis. Her hands moved with practiced grace, shaping the morning meal. The smell of bread and wood smoke filled the air, comforting and familiar. Manu sat by the fire soaking in its warmth and the peace of home. He watched the flames dance and listened to the sizzle of bread on the pan. This was the heart of their home, warmth, nourishment and love. The morning's adventure faded into quiet connection. Manu felt safe, surrounded by family and tradition. The day was off to a perfect start. The first light of dawn had painted the sky with soft hues, signaling the start of a new day. In Manu's home, the aroma of freshly cooked food filled the air, a promise of the simple yet satisfying breakfast that awaited. Breakfast was ready, hot rotis straight from the earthen oven, their warmth radiating a comforting invitation. A bowl of cool yogurt, its creamy texture a delightful contrast to the warm bread, sat beside the rotis. The yogurt made fresh that morning offered a refreshing coolness that was especially welcome as the day began to warm up. And a small pile of sweet jaggery, its unrefined sweetness a traditional treat, completed the meal. The jaggery, with its rich, molasses-like flavor, was the perfect complement to the subtle tang of the yogurt and the wholesome taste of the rotis. Manu and his mother ate together in the sun-drenched courtyard, the gentle morning light casting long shadows. It was a familiar ritual, a quiet moment of connection before the day's activities began. They were sharing the meal in peaceful silence, a comfortable understanding passing between them without the need for words. The clinking of utensils against the earthenware plates was the only sound that broke the stillness. A flock of sparrows hopped nearby, their tiny feet making barely audible sounds on the dusty ground. They were accustomed to the morning routine, knowing that a few crumbs would inevitably come their way. Manu, with a gentle smile, tossed them a crumb, watching with amusement at their quick gratitude as they darted forward to snatch the offering. It was a small act of kindness, a simple gesture that brought him joy. The world around him was alive, a symphony of sights and sounds that painted a vivid picture of rural life. The vibrant green leaves of the trees rustled in the gentle breeze, their branches providing a welcome shade from the growing warmth of the sun. Above, the clear blue sky stretched endlessly, a canvas of pure, unadulterated beauty. In the distance, the faint sound of cowbells mingled with the cheerful laughter of children playing, creating a harmonious blend of sounds that was uniquely characteristic of village life. Every part of his morning, every sight, every sound, every taste. The delicate dew clinging to a spider's web, glistening like tiny diamonds, greeting the sun with a sparkle, the rhythmic creaking of the well as someone drew water, the comforting warmth of the cooking fire, felt deeply connected to the rhythm of life, to the land, and to the community around him. Manu was not just a boy in a village, he was an integral part of the intricate tapestry of the living world, his existence intertwined with the natural environment and the people around him. Finishing his meal, he felt nourished not just in body but also in spirit, content with the simple blessings of his life. The sun shone brightly, casting a golden glow over the village, the day stretching out before him like an open invitation. The quiet beauty of the morning lingered in his heart, a sense of peace and tranquility that would stay with him throughout the day. Manu was ready for whatever came next, carrying the peace of the morning with him like a precious gift, ready to face the day's challenges with a calm and centered spirit. The simple joys of life, the warmth of family, the beauty of nature, had given him the perfect start, setting the stage for a day filled with purpose and meaning.